oh goodness, yes. There's no point in having him there if he's not.
Sure.
But it's actually put my heart rate up. It's actually annoyed me that much. It just... I know the words. I know how it goes now. I've heard it once. I can sing along to that. It's just... I find Calvin Harris deplorable. Dizzy Rascal was the only saving grace of that song. I love him. I love what he does, but find someone better to do it with, Dizzy, because that was just upsetting.
Are you just going to have a massive Barney, you two? Are you just going to have a massive argument?
Yeah,
but the fact you said it let you in is the fact I don't like it. Music's not there to let people in.
Music's like a club. Some people get in, some people don't, darling. You know what I mean? My name's on the list for that song. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, what a list. Who's on there with you? Tristan?
Tristan's on it. Xavier's on it.
Mom, Dad, stop! I'm a dad! Oh, no. Well, listen, it's all kicked off here. Let's see if we can just find the deciding vote from Harry.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. It was pleasingly bouncy.
Pleasingly bouncy. Thank you very much indeed.
Like my trampoline adventures with Ewan.
Having seen Ewan naked, what's your eye? Okay, so we're going to get one more tune. Albert Hammond Jr., of course, one of the main men with the Strokes, but he occasionally puts out solo work, and here's a new single from him. It is called GFC. Released 14th of July, so quite a wait if you're a fan of Albert Hammond Jr. from the Strokes, and that's the single that will only be released 7-inch and download. It's GFC, and so there we are. Rufus, where do you stand on the Strokes?
I love the Strokes, and halfway through that song I realised that that was the kind of music the Strokes seemed to be kind of rebelling against when they recorded their first album, As This It. There seemed to be a real kind of pared down four guys with, instruments kind of banging out a tune, whereas that seemed to be a little bit veering towards the middle of the road, and I found it a little bit dull, to be honest.
Blimey, strong words. Everyone has to get older, though, and mellow out. Harry, you've certainly done it in every sense of the word.
Oh, yeah, I was very much a wild man in my youth, but I'm a lot calmer now. I quite enjoyed that, to be honest. Funny enough, we heard the Strokes on the radio the other morning, and the missus says, whatever happened to the Strokes? I said, I really don't know. And there's Albert Hammond.
That sounds like a heck of a life for you living at home.
Well, their trust funds must be struggling with the old credit crunch and what have you, so they've got to put out some new music, and I, for one, applaud them.
I've always thought the Strokes seem to have a kind of pleasingly easygoing way about them. They just seem to knock out tunes left, right and centre, whether you like them or not. They don't really care. Do you feel the same way?
They were kind of a manky ragtag bunch of lovely little cheeky boys that made really good music, and I really could not associate that song with that band. I mean, I know it's not that band, but you'd assume that it would be a bit more exciting and upbeat, and I just felt a bit saddened by that. Maybe if I knew he wasn't associated with the Strokes, I'd like it a bit more. Hard to judge separately. I was enjoying it, I think, until I realised, hang on, this isn't very Strokesy.
Well, they're mixed opinions, as always. Thank you very much indeed. A little round of applause just to end that segment. Before we go, I'm going to leave you with some more new music in the shape of Weezer shortly, but have we had any more huffs, big huffs? Huffs?
We did. My beloved Claire hurt her left ankle when trying to kick me in a play fight. The next day she got the strop when I told her to get a cab to the hospital as I was going to Leeds. This is from Martin. He says, in an effort to stomp about in a hopping style on the good foot, she hopped straight onto a plug in an extension lead, turned her remaining good ankle as well. He never got to Leeds. She had to get to the hospital by ambulance.
Well, thank you very much indeed, everyone, for getting in touch. We've enjoyed your huffs and whatnot. For those of you that were expecting John Ronson this week, because I think in the Daily Mail they may have said that John Ronson was coming in. Hopefully John will be here next week, but we don't know. We just don't know. We don't really pay attention. We'll try and figure this all out Sunday about 5 to 3 next week. But we'll leave you with some Weezer. And sorry, Harry, you got your hand up.
Yeah, we just got a really good one in terms of Father's Day. Jim in Plymouth. I often feign huffs to get away from my boring wife and horrible children.
Good advice. We'll be back next week. We'll leave you with Weezer. From their 1989 album Green, that's Orange Crush from R.E.M. It's the Steve Show, BBC Six Music with me, Steve Merchant, and my gang. Guess what? I've got no idea what this sentence is going to be. I haven't thought about this opening link at all. I haven't given it a moment's consideration. I'm just enjoying being here with you guys. Even now, just as I said that, I didn't know I was going to say that. Everything I'm saying right now is completely spontaneous. Completely spontaneous.
Straight off the top of your brain.
Off the top of my mind, all this spontaneous wording is coming out. I've got no idea. didn't realise I was going to pause then. Nothing. None of this is planned. It's completely live from the BBC in London.
Freeform radio.
Freeform radio. Harry, you're a big REM fan. I imagine you've got some hot facts about Orange Crush.
No.
Okay. Dynamite, you're fully primed. We've got Sammy. Do you want to vent? I know you're angry. I know you're fuming.
I'm really bitter about rail services, but I will get over it. But they've told me I can't go home. That's not a thing to be told.
Don't worry, stay here at 6, absorb new music, just become one giant blob of 6 music
Next week
news
you'll come
and
back and I'll just be
information
part
and
of
new
the
music.
wall.
Yeah, that'll be
Thrusting
fantastic.
out facts about little known bands. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, you've had a nightmare train journey, but are you gonna sort of corral that energy and anger and feed it into your performance on
I'm
today's
already
show?
feeling it. I just want to start punching the air.
Do it.
I feel really positive. Come on, people.
Great.
Let's vibe this
You're
show.
simply the best.
Do.
Okay, good. And we got he's super posh, but he's wearing a sort of Fidel Castro style revolutionary hat in an effort to look down with the kids, circa 1969.
Everyone's been very quiet about the hat so far. Now, I thought you might wait till
we've
we're on
been
the air.
saving because I've had a lot of disrespect about some of my hat wearing antics.
Well, we were hoping you'd bring a third hat in this Sunday. You're not going to do that?
No, because I genuinely good, and the fact that I'm just being dissed every time.
I'll
is
tell you.
quite heartbreaking.
I'll tell you why I've bought this hat. Why I'm wearing this hat. Not just to continue the hat theme of the show, but also because during doing the acting that I'm doing at the current moment, I have to have quite a lot of product in my hair in order to slick it down to 1936 parting. I then have to wash it so that it goes on well the next day. And when I wash it, it looks a bit stupid.
yes,
fly
it
away.
does.
Yeah,
Fly away.
unmanageable.
That's novelty.
So, in order to conceal that, and also to hide from the stage door Johnnies, who are a little bit frightening, I wear a hat.
And that fully disguises you, does it?
Completely.
You're
You'd
still
be
working
amazed.
on that celebrity method, maybe the Kevin Spacey approach. Wear a
Yeah.
hat, no one will notice you walking your dog at 3 in the morning.
Exactly. The last time I saw Kevin Spacey actually was
Careful.
at Glastonbury. No, he was behaving himself, but he had a pair
He
of sunglasses missing. Actually, Harry and I saw it. Remember, he was wearing a pair of sunglasses with only one lens.
Careful.
Well, no.
Just shut it, Har.
He clearly had a few drinks.
Shut up. Alright, I know what you're like. You don't obey the BBC rules of impartiality. You like to offer some really strident views.
No, that's true. And of course, Michael Stipe's father was in the army, and as a child, he was sort of dragged around the world with his father, and that the military themes alluded to in Orange Crush, obviously come from his upbringing.
Too late now, mate. I asked you for that information at least 2 minutes ago.
Now it's time to go.
Lively chat may not be prepared, but I'll tell you, the musical selection is carefully thought through, and we've already started brilliantly with Orange Crush from REM. And there we are with The Pedestrian by Foxborough Hot Tubs. We all know, of course, the secret identity of Green Day. They put out an album a couple of months back now, Stop, Drop and Roll. And people didn't realise, and then word came out, and most of us are indifferent. But there we are. No, it's a good tune, and I good luck to them. So anyway, Steve Show, BBC Six Music, and it's a packed programme today. I'm very pleased to announce. In a packed programme tonight, we'll be meeting the man who's crossed the great days. Yes, I need to finish that one now because I'm frustrated by it. What was it? That was in a packed room tonight. We will be meeting the man who's crossed
Cross the channel in a bath?
What, sorry?
Cross the channel in a bath?
No.
No, he
It's
crossed
two
a
runners.
sheep with a kangaroo and got
Made
a woolly jumper.
Yeah, exactly,
one of those, right,
exactly,
right.
of course, classic. Sammy there in hysterics. Too young, of course, to remember those jokes first time round. All new. Look at you weeping with laughter.
No, I don't. I just put myself in the eye at the end of that song. It's not tears of laughter. It's tears of agony.
So, what was I going to say? Yes, it's a packed programme tonight. I'm very excited. I'm very, very pleased because we have not only a live music session from the band Athlete, which is to be looked forward to in the next hour or so, but also live chat with John Ronson. I'm a big fan of John Ronson, broadcaster, journalist, humorist, documentary maker. Did a recent documentary following him and Robbie Williams in their search for aliens. Done a lot of other stuff as well. So we'll be chatting to him a bit later. And obviously other music and whatnot will be going on as well. But more excitingly, Rufus, of course, is currently appearing on stage in a playlet. People can still hunt down tickets?
Not so much the playlet, Steve.
Okay.
It's quite a big production.
All right. right.
You tell.
Yeah.
It's Crown
How many
Matrimonial.
acts?
2 acts.
2 acts.
Yeah, to 11 actors. Appearing at the Churchill Theatre Bromley this week coming, just been in Bath. And Steve, I've brought in some exercises that I used to perfect my flawless received pronunciation from 1936.
So this is
and,
so this notion that actors have various kind of preparatory methods, the early stages of rehearsal, are you catching each other in an effort to win trust and all that sort of stuff?
Well, that doesn't really happen. That happens
doesn't
a
go
lot
on.
of drama school. That
Right.
thing of
Pretending to be a tree, etc.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore. or not in the kind of productions that I tend to be in which I play posh people in suits. But you do spend a good kind of half hour or 40 minutes before the show doing lots of
Really?
stuff.
And that genuinely helps.
It does, definitely. And if you just read out a couple of the phrases that I've circled there in your...
So are these? So what? This is stuff that's issued to you.
These
things
are the-
which help you to just kind of get your RP voice
That's
fully
right,
rounded.
to get your vowel sounds correct. So maybe we could hear you
I mean, I'm
doing
obviously
a
an
couple of them.
impeccable talker
That's
already.
what I thought, yeah.
Please leave my tweed sleeve and beads be. What?
Good, very good, very
That's
good.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Please leave my tweed sleeve and beads be.
You should. The E sound should be slightly more up higher in the roof of the mouth than at the front of the mouth. So please leave my tweed sleeve and beads be like that.
So this is if I want to speak like
Yes,
someone
obviously
from.
RP. Yeah, received pronunciation.
So not just someone from 1936. This is actually if
This
I
is-
want to speak like you now, super posh.
Well,
even in this modern world.
Pretty much. Yeah. Try another one.
My aunt planted tomatoes in the bath and got plastered on aftershave.
Pretty good.
Was that quite good?
Pretty good. The eyes did a bit of a funny thing when you do those A sounds. Your eyes kind of tend to kind of.
You
your
mean
eyes.
not my eye pronounced, my
No, your
pronounced
eyes, your eyes.
My actual eyes
Yeah,
do
yeah.
weird things.
Yeah.
My aunt planted tomatoes in the bath and got plastered on aftershave.
Very good. Very good.
You see?
Guys. Pretty good.
Praise the day when you play in the hay without fay. Really? Praise the day when you play in the hay without fay.
That's
Should
a
we?
bit more of the open A sound. Praise the day when you play in the hay without fay. Slightly more smilish.
Right.
Openish.
Praise the day when you play in the hay without fay.
Very good.
Should I? Am I not a fan of fay? Why am I looking forward to the day when I'm not playing in the hay with fay?
I don't know what she's been up to. There's a couple more at the bottom here you might want.
I'd quite like to hear Harry, because Harry's got a sort of novelty accent
Harry,
of his
do you
own,
wanna try?
but I don't know what it is. It's kind of
Yeah, thanks
nondescript.
for
It's
that.
Birmingham via Bristol.
Try one of these two.
Okay, a boy with a coin had a choice of moist soil and boiled spoilt oysters in broiled oil.
Very good.
Was that good?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty
It
good.
didn't sound posh though. I don't know what it is. Your voice.
It just sounded like drivel, didn't it? I might if I could try by buying slyly fly from the guile of the white guys.
Almost. There just seems to be a bit more pep, a bit more of the ha, a bit more of that about it.
Let's hear some Sammy because this will be great.
Yeah,
a
Sammy.
northern talking posh. It don't happen.
Don't touch much stuff, said the glum-struck, sun-struck nun who worried over the fun-loving wonders.
Yeah,
Well,
we
you're
don't know
so. I
we're in
don't know where
trouble
to
there, aren't we?
begin.
Yeah, I
don't
really
know
don't
where
know.
to begin.
I'm going to try it properly. Don't touch much stuff, said the I can't do it.
No.
Lying yourself, Rufus. I'm
Don't
stuck
touch on
with
a
this
stuff.
light.
That was convincing. The first four words were good.
Do you know what it is, Sammy? It's your northern lips. Your northern lips are manufactured in such a way up north as to not even allow you to begin to speak posh.
Northern lips.
You've got sort of northern lips. I can see they're having great trouble getting themselves around those wordings.
Oh no, I feel silly now. The stern learner heard from a bird how to burn turf in Turkey and Burma.
Turkey.
All right,
That
right,
was
take it
very
back
good
with us.
otherwise.
No.
Very
Okay,
good.
let's hear you, super posh. Give us one. Give us a difficult one at optimum poshness.
Okay. The hell-bent hen was speckled and freshly sent by the men of the 10th Regiment of the 7th Section.
It is preposterous. Your voice.
It's ridiculous, isn't
It
it?
is
Yeah.
absurd.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it.
Do you feel that I could almost pass myself off as a posho? No, I mean when I affect that going with the tweed and whatnot.
Almost, that thing, your face does go into a kind of mask. It's very difficult to do expressions at the same time as doing that voice, I think. But
Yes.
after a couple of months, that could probably begin to work.
Thank you very much indeed. I don't. It feels like an insult, but I'm not entirely sure. My mother and father came, of course, to see the play last night.
They did, Steve.
Did you spend some time with them?
I spent some time with Ron and Elaine. They were on terrific form. They sent lots of love.
Great.
And they had a couple of interesting revs, actually.
Interesting revs. Okay, well, I'm fearful of what they may be. Let's hear some music and we'll come back and I'm anxious. Belated Beach Boy and a friend, of course, of Charles Manson. That's Dennis Wilson, and the song River Song, which was taken from his 1977 album Pacific Ocean Blue, which was out of print for years but has just been re-released with bonus material and the like. So you can get hold of that. We'll be back with a choice from Sammy and other stuff after this.
BBC Six Music.
So Rufus spent some time with the Merchant folks. I'm a little bit anxious because I remember, of course, I hilariously stitched you up